Hello, everyone, and welcome to the presentation of Tallinn University. My name is Jan. I'm a bachelor student in liberal arts and humanities at TLU, and today I will be your guide through key facts and fun facts about TLU. Let's get started. So, to start, I'm going to tell you a little bit about TLU and its history. So, although the university as we know it was founded on the 18th of March 2005, it has roots going back to 1919 with the establishment of the Tallinn Teacher Seminar. Over time, several institutions came together to form the university as we know it today. The oldest record of the educated elite of its time are in the collection of Tallinn University Academic Library, and they go back to 1552 with the Oleviste Church Library, which was the very first library in Tallinn. Now, to tell you a little bit about Tallinn University in numbers. So we have almost 7,000 students, and they come from 75 different countries because we have 10% of international students, like myself, as I'm from France. We offer 116 programs, and 22 of those are available in English. We have 846 full-time employees, and 20% of our staff is actually international. And 50% of our academic employees hold a PhD or something equivalent. We are also in the top 5% of university in the world. Now, to tell you a little bit more about our campus, it's very small but very cozy. As you can see on the slides, it is very nearby to a lot of really key locations. So first of all, the dormitory is barely 3 minutes away from the university. So you can go back and forth quite easily if you live there. The coach station is only 20 minutes away. The airport is one of the comfiest airports you will probably visit. And then from university, you can walk to the old town, the harbor, or the beach. There's also a lot of options to take bikes or scooters, available usually in front of the university. So from the university, you can go pretty much anywhere. And another fun fact about our campus is that although it gets pretty cold in the winter, you do not have to go brave the cold if you want to go from building to building, as it's possible to access all of them from the inside with very secret corridors that are not so secret. And you can find out about them when you get to the campus tour as you arrive. Now, our focus fields are educational innovation, digital and media culture, cultural competences, healthy and sustainable lifestyle, society, and open governance. So we offer a variety of programs. So in total, as I said, 116, 38 of these are bachelors, 59 are masters, 13 are doctoral programs, 6 are professional higher education studies. And we have different schools. So we have BFM, the Baltic Film, Media, and Art School, the School of Digital Technologies, the School of Governance, Law, and Society, among others. So we have a lot of different schools. Now, to tell you a little bit about the BA programs in English. So we have Audiovisual Media and Cross Media, which are both parts of BFM. They might sound very similar, but audiovisual media, you can think of it more as traditional film studies, whereas cross media takes a wider look at different technologies and different types of media as a whole. Law is particularly interesting if you're interested in international law, because this one has a strong emphasis on international law rather than just European or Estonian. Liberal arts and humanities is where I'm from, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you're interested in humanities, so literature, languages, history, but you really don't know what to choose, this is the program for you. Trust me. It offers a really, really good level of freedom for you to explore different areas in your studies, as long as it's connected to humanities. And that's quite easy because humanities is quite a broad department. You can do it. And especially compared to other programs, we have a lot of wiggle room in terms of how many free electives we're allowed to take. So if humanities is your thing, definitely take a look at this one. Then we also have liberal arts and social science and politics and governance. Now, as you can see on the slides, we also have a lot of master programs. So there are from various schools, and all of those are offered in English. So if you're interested into any of those, I do recommend going to have a look at their pages on the website for the bachelor's as well. And I would recommend also scrolling down, because usually there is the profile of students who formerly studied here, and then usually they tell you what they did during their studies, but also afterwards what they went on to do. So it can give you a pretty good idea of like where you could go, what you could do with that degree. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the winter school. So we have the Tallinn Winter School, which takes place from the 13th of January to the 31st of January. And we'll be offering 13 courses in 4 different areas. So language courses, culture courses and workshops, creative courses, courses in design and engineering. And we welcome participants from diverse backgrounds and fields of interest. It's also a really nice opportunity for you to come and check out the campus, but also Tallinn as a whole, and to have a little bit of a sneak peek into how Tallinn University life is, what the courses could be like, and to see if you like it here. But if you do not like winter and cold nights, then we have another option for you. We have the Tallinn Summer School, which is one of the largest summer schools in Europe, and it's been organized since 2006. It's a 3 weeks program, and it combines a wide range of courses with a rich, diverse cultural program, and it attracts participants from all over the world. And it's not just courses. We also have a lot of variety of social events, museum visits, historical sites, and especially if you're interested in seeing Estonian nature or getting to know a bit about Estonian culture and history, this is a really good opportunity. We have courses in 6 different areas. And the bonus point is if you like summer, but you don't want to be too hot, but you also really don't like having to go to bed at like 8 or something, and you want to keep going, Tallinn is for you. You can go have a picnic on the beach with your friend at 10 p.m. and the light would still be enough for you to do that. The temperatures are really cool. Estonian nature is beautiful, so it's a really good time to come and visit. And there are also a lot of cultural festivals and festivities around Estonia at that time. So if you want to get a sense of the university, but also Estonia as a whole, the Tallinn Summer School is for you. Now, to tell you a bit about study allowances and scholarship. So we have fully funded scholarship offered by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And then the last type is Estonian governmental scholarships. So if you're interested, if you want to know which one you might be eligible to apply for, have a look at our website. Now, the important section, kind of, is admissions. So the first step is to find your study program. As I've said, we have a lot of different options, so don't hesitate to browse the page as many times as you need. Have a look at the profiles of former students and send an email asking questions, because people will be in charge of the programs, or former students will be very happy to reply to you and to tell you what their experience was like or what type of courses and classes you could take here. When you submit your application, you will do so in the platform Dream Apply. Having used it myself, I can tell you that it's quite straightforward and it's easy to use, which is quite a relief because application can be stressful, I know. When submitting your documents, you have to make sure that you follow the country-specific requirements, to pay attention to the deadlines, and they're announced at the end of the calendar year, and to pay the application fee. Also bear in mind that you will need a proof of English language proficiency, and that each study program have their own specific admission exam. So for instance, if you're applying to BFM, you might have to submit something creative like a portfolio. So have a look at which program you would want to go into and then check what they would ask you on top of the regular documents to submit. It could be an essay, a portfolio, something like this. And all programs require a face-to-face interview with the commission, but this can be held virtually. So even if you can't come to Estonia, don't worry, it's possible. I also did it virtually, and it was very easy to set up, and it was a really smooth process. Once you've submitted all your documents, you will wait for the results. And once you've passed the admission exam successfully and your educational documents are verified, then you will be given your acceptance letter. Our tip for you is that the sooner you apply, the sooner you will know if you're accepted. Now, a little bit about the cost of living. So these numbers are helpful to give you an idea of how much you would spend for instance, for accommodation, public transport, food, sports. Things that are particularly relevant as a student is accommodation. It's €200 for the dormitory, which, as I mentioned, is really, really close to university. So it's very convenient. And a lot of international students stay there. And a lot of them, they look back quite fondly at their time back in the dormitory because they made really good friends with their roommates or their flatmates. And especially if you're coming to a brand new country, it can be a nice environment. If you're a bit shy or worried, then you will be surrounded by other fellow students, especially other international students. So it's a good place for you to make friends. And it's really close to university. Public transport in Tallinn is free for the registered residents, so that is a really good bonus. But also, it's worth keeping in mind that Tallinn is not that big, so you can actually walk to a lot of places. And then we have a really nice discount for the students if you want to go to the gym. We have a gym on campus, and you can have admission for a membership for 75 euros per semester. And now I'll be telling you a little bit more about the sports club because we're going to student life. So we have the student union, student council, photography club, and the sports clubs that I was talking about. So if you look at their website, they will show you all the different clubs that they have. So they have things like yoga or volleyball. So they have various clubs taking place throughout the semester. They have tryout sessions usually at the beginning of the semester. So you can go have a look, see if you like it. And they also have the gym that is open to everyone as long as you have your membership. And they usually have an info session at the beginning of the semester. If you're a little bit unsure, you can go have a look, ask them your questions, and then decide which sports you would want to do. We also have various culture clubs, and we have the International Club and ESN Tallinn, which for TLU, they are very closely connected. So usually ESN and the International Club organize things together, and they do organize a lot of events, especially cultural events. And especially at the beginning of the semester, so like at the end of August, the beginning of September, there are lots of parties and then other events where you can get to meet the other students who have just arrived. And it's a very easy way to make new friends. And then they will continue. They organize events all throughout the semester. One of their most popular one is their trip to Lapland. And everybody who comes back said it was really cold, but really, really fun. So you can definitely have a look at the different activities that ESN is organizing because, hey, you might be the next one participating in it. A few anecdotes from my personal student life is the first thing is we have a student buddy program, which I really, really recommend for any student who is planning to come and study here, because I know it can be a little bit jarring to go to a different country to start life at university, especially if you're starting in your bachelor's. So having a buddy is a really good help because you'll be put in touch before you arrive, and then your buddy can be there to answer your questions of like university life, but also what's good to do in Tallinn, where to go, some nice tips. And a lot of the buddy students are actually Estonian. So especially if you're interested in getting to know about Estonian culture, this is a really good program. You can find information about the buddy program on the TLU website. It's quite easy to apply. And usually the buddy and buddies end up making friends. And it's a really nice opportunity, especially for the students who come from really far away. Having a friendly face, kind of welcoming you at the airport or like showing you around the old town can make your transition into your Tallinn life a lot smoother. Another thing I would mention is that we have a lot of Asia-related clubs and activities at TLU happening. So we have a wonderful Japanese culture club that is organizing a lot of events. We also have Chinese literature club, which is taking place in English, actually. So you can, if you've never read the book from a Chinese author, this is your chance. And we also have the Tallinn King Sejong Institute, which offer classes, but also a lot of cultural events and clubs. They have a choir during Hangul Day in October. They have a lot of games where you can come and play and learn about Korean culture. And then we also have other new clubs constantly popping up. There's been, since this semester, a literature club, which will be doing activities in English starting this spring. So there's always new clubs, new activities, and cultural activities taking place. And it's a really good opportunities to get involved in the student community and to make new friends and great experiences. And, you know, if Estonia is not big enough for you and you're like, oh, this is fun, but I want to go even wider, you can. A lot of the study programs have exchange programs, and they will usually have information session where you can go have a look at what it would be like, where you could go. I've done one myself in South Korea, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. So I can't recommend it enough. And especially because TLU has a really long list of partners. So if you're interested in doing an exchange program, TLU is a really good choice for you. Now, if you cannot come to Estonia, but you would still like to have a look at the campus, we have an option to do it virtually. So if you look at the slides, there is the address on our website, virtualtour.tlu.ee, and then you can have a look around campus. It's not that big, but that makes it very cozy, I think. And then you can just have a look virtually, like go around the different buildings and see what it looks like. If you can't come straight away, I'd recommend coming to check it out in person with their winter school or summer school. But if you can't, this is also a really good option. And if the virtual tour is good, but you want a little more, you can check another page on our website, which is called Meet Us, because sometimes Tallinn University ambassadors go to different countries to introduce the university. And actually, they will be going to Latvia in February at the Scholar Fair. So maybe check the page and they might be able to come to your country soon. Now, these are the different social media networks that we use. A lot of those are managed by our own students. So if you have a question, you can send them a little message giving them your name, what you would like to study or what you're interested in, and then ask them what you're curious about. And having a look at the social media networks is also just a really good idea if you want to get an overview of like, what is life like at TLU? What kind of activities are they doing? What does it look like? And then because they're made by the students, it's a really good insight into what it would be like to study here. So I do encourage you to go have a look. Thank you.